Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regular meeting of the Kern County Planning Commission for October 26, 2023. Now call the meeting to order. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Commissioner Ashley?
Here.
Commissioner Dunbar?
Here.
Commissioner Oliver?
Here.
Commissioner Skidmore?
Here.
Mr. Hall? Here. Mr. Murphy?
Here.
Ms. Simon? Here.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item on our agenda is commission member announcements or reports. Okay, nothing fitting that bill this evening. We'll move on to approval of minutes from our October 12th, 2023 meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion
I'll second.
and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is cases withdrawn or requests for continuance. We have none that fit that agenda this evening, so we'll move on to our consent agenda. Mr. Murphy, will you cover that for us, please?
I will. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. So these are items scheduled before your commission, which are being recommended for approval by the staff. The applicant has been informed of any special conditions and has no objection. The hearing on these items may be expedited if no member of the commission or audience wishes to comment or ask any questions on the case. Again, we have 4 items on the consent calendar this evening. The first is conditional use permit 60, map 100. Our applicant is Edwin Monroy. This project is located on the east side of Banning Street, north of Highway 58 at 4732 Banning Street. The request is a conditional use permit that would allow for the installation of 2 manufactured homes not meeting the age requirements, located at an approximately 1.01 acre parcel that is zoned PLRS-MH. This case was before your commission last meeting, and it was continued into this meeting to address 2 additional comments. The first was with the existing zoning includes the MH district. So the comment from previously about the overall size of the mobile homes is not applicable in this particular case, as there are no architectural standards when you have property that has that MH combining district. The second issue that came up had to do with just verification of the water availability on the site. Again, the request is a house. They're allowed to have a second unit with a proposed request. Environmental Health has indicated that the final well would have to be inspected, and that they would require a water quality test to make sure that the quality standards are appropriate. And so staff did include some revised conditions to address that. However, there isn't any additional information regarding overall water availability. With that, we do believe this item can stay on the consent, and the recommendation is to approve the conditional use permit in accordance with the recommended conditions and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in your attached draft resolution. The next item on consent this evening is case number 2. This is GPA number 5, map 9-36. Our applicant is Ritchie Land Holdings. This project is located on the northeast corner of Peterson Road and Garzoli Avenue in the Delano-McFarland area. The specific request is to amend the land use, open space, and conservation element of the Kern County General Plan from map code 7.2 to map code 8.1 on approximately 9.08 acres or a more restrictive map code designation. The purpose is to allow the applicant to enter this property into a Williamson Act contract and have his property consistent with adjacent uses and adjacent designations on his land. The staff recommendation is to advise the Planning Commission to recommend the Board of Supervisors to approve amendment to the land use element of the general plan as requested and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the attached draft resolution. The next item on consent this evening is case number 3, CUP 53, map 81. Our applicant is the Kern County Associates LP. This project is located on the northwest corner of Merle Hager Drive and Landings Way in the Bakersfield area. The specific request is a conditional use permit to construct a 30,723 square foot building that would be a card room with associated restaurant and lounge on 2 parcels of record totaling 4.76 acres on property that is zoned M2PDH. I would note that your commission did receive an addendum on this project this evening. The purpose for the addendum was to provide additional letters of support that were received after the staff report was distributed. And then additionally, staff had one clarification to a condition. This proposed CUP is within the boundaries of an existing PD plan. And so we just wanted to make sure that the applicant was aware that the conditions of the PD plan are also applicable to the conditional use permits that are being presented to your commission this evening. So we do have a slightly revised recommendation. The staff recommendation is to approve conditional use permit in accordance with the recommended revised conditions. And again, that includes the revisions to condition 4P, and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the attached draft revised resolution. Our last item on consent is case number 4. This is CUP 59, map 100. Our applicant is Victor H. Escobedo and Martha Quinenez. This project is located on the west side of Hale Road, approximately 3,220 feet north of Hageman Road in unincorporated Bakersfield. This request is a conditional use permit that will allow a 34-year-old manufactured home where a maximum of 30-year manufactured home is permitted on a 1.01 acre parcel that is zoned PLRSMH. The staff recommendation is to approve conditional use permit in accordance with the recommended conditions and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the attached draft resolution. That completes the reading of the consent calendar this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Any member of the public that would like to pull any of these cases to be heard in their regular order on the calendar? Okay, seeing none. Any member of the commission? Okay, seeing none, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
Four ayes, one vacant. Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I think cases 1, 3, and 4 have a right to appeal. Will you cover that, Mr. Murphy?
That is correct, Mr. Chairman. For projects where the Planning Commission action is final, those actions are subject to an appeal to the Board of Supervisors by any interested person. No development proposed by any application may be authorized until after the final date of appeal. Those actions, again, as you mentioned, are for cases 1, 3, and 4 this evening. An appeal may be filed at the Kern County Planning and Natural Resources Department, located at 2700 M Street, Suite 100 in Bakersfield, with a filing fee of $540 on forms that we have available at the department and that are located on our department website. That filing must be made within 14 days of and including the date of tonight's hearing. If no appeal is received, the action of your commission is final.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Our next item on the agenda is public presentations. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons desiring to address the commission on any matter not on the agenda and over which the commission has jurisdiction. Any cases that fit that bill this evening? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to item H, adjournment. Motion? Do we have a motion?
I'll second.
And a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.